Hey guys, Sidesaver here, and today I'll be showing off my Minecart substation. It features 4 lanes, 2 going south and 2 going north. They're controlled over here with 2 levers, one controlling the south and north direction, and one controlling the lane 1 and lane 2, which correspond to lane 1 and lane 2. It features a minecart storage system, 15 up here and 1 down here, as well as an empty minecart detection system. This was observed by Mr. Frozen 23. If you have a detector rail going down a slope and then going to a T-section, if it's an empty minecart, it'll go left, but if you're in it, it'll go right. So if we go to the storage section and we load a cart in, you notice that it loops back up to the top here. Also, we can load the cart by pushing them into there, and if you load too many in, you'll notice that it spits it back out. And now I'll show you how to very briefly build all of this. So to build this, you're going to need a few things. First of all, a vertical column such as this, 11 high, and some powered rail pushing the cart down the hole. You want to make sure you don't have any rail down the bottom, just an empty lot, otherwise the carts, they won't stack on themselves. So when this is powered by the button, it pushes the minecart onto this powered rail, which then triggers this detector rail. I have it set up like this, as this is connected to an RS NOR latch as well as the button input. The detector rail wins out slightly, so the latch will be set according to that state whenever a cart is sent across there. Whenever you press a button and a cart isn't sent across, the button input will win over the RS NOR latch, so it'll be in the opposite state, and the indicator light will go on at the front here, letting you know that you don't have any carts ready to go. And this is the latch just here, and this is me chaining the output state up to the light at the front. I briefly mentioned how to do this at the start, so nothing too difficult there. But from here you'll want to bring it up and across 4 to get your cart in a launchable position. So it pushes it this way, it goes up, it goes along this whole section here. This whole area is powered, you don't need to have it unpowered, and then lands here ready for you to go. This button is also a trigger for the player to head out, as well as this button here. It'll actually trigger this minecart, so you don't have 2 carts on the same thing causing all sorts of problems. Now for the cart system, the loading system, 3 across from that section there, and you'll go 1 in and then 1 down for 2, and then back up, and then you'll want to sort of spiral it around up to the top. Ignore this section for the moment. Up to the top to this section, which is vaguely what you saw over there. Now you'll want to make sure that you have this rail connected to this section here, otherwise, when you have this section here, you'll want to remove it before you place this one, so the rail is connected to that section there. So what happens when it's full? The piston gets triggered, which is hidden right there. The piston gets triggered. This is powered, so the block comes across. The minecart is waiting up here. Because the block's there, it's recognized it, so it launches itself back the other way. So it goes back down here, and instead of coming back down the instead of coming from this direction, it goes back down to here, falls down to this very bottom angled section here, and then comes back to the user there. That's the return system. And the way it works is I have a detector rail here, slightly down, and I have it powered, and it's going to a monostable circuit here, otherwise known as a pulse shortener. So this gives a nice short pulse. Very simple to make, just a single block torch. Put 2 repeaters down, set this one to full delay, and then put a bit of redstone, a block and a torch there to invert the signal, because otherwise you're going to have this, you're not going to be able to have minecarts going into this hole here. That pretty much covers everything. The only other thing was the lane control, which is controlled by this here. So whenever we flick a lever down, it powers this section here, and we have it set up so south triggers, if I can get under here, it triggers this torch and this torch here, which basically enables the cart to travel along here and then along here as well. This is south, so if I'll actually flick it to the right combination, so it'll trigger this torch, so the rail will switch to the other direction. So whenever you get shot out through here, it'll ignore these two, and then it's currently set to north, so you'll go to the north direction lanes. And this lever here controls the other lanes, which is, it goes to this torch here as well as this torch here. And just a sort of simple inverter here. I didn't have to have this inverted originally, as I had it mirrored back to front, but then I realized the cart detection wouldn't work. Well, I had it going to the opposite direction, so I had to flip my design around, and as a consequence I've had to put these inverters here as well. So hopefully there is enough footage here available so you can make an attempt yourself and possibly make something a lot more complicated, or if you do decide to make it, I'd love to see a video response in like a server or anything you do. Just good to see what you guys make out of a few things that I show you.